Alright everyone, welcome to What's in the Box, and for this episode, look what's in the box. If you've never seen this before, this is a celery root. As you can see, it's named quite appropriately. There's some celery coming out. Take a smell of it and it smells like fresh celery. It's awesome. So today we're going to do a recipe where we're just going to spiralize this guy and make it into noodles. So you know this is a new thing. Get really excited. Just wait. That's it. We're going to just cut off the top and the bottom so that we can get it into the spiralizer in a nice way, but also to make it easy to peel. And then we got a flat bottom, so it'll be much easier to then take the peel and just give it a nice. If you ever feel like you're just cutting stuff off, this is another place where you can also just use your knife, do a little trimming as well. I have like a paring knife that opens this. It doesn't have to be perfect because you know all of this has nutrients. So the skin, the inside, the outside. It looks pretty good to me. It's pretty good to you. So now let's get it ready to go into the spiralizer. Alright, now that we have it all peeled and beautiful, we're going to take it over here to the spiralizer. And if you don't have the spiralizer, come on. This thing is really, really helpful. You can not only make celery root noodles, but you can make zucchini noodles, which are really popular. You can make carrot noodles. If it exists, you can noodle it, basically, if you have a noodle. But it's called the jetty. So I have it mushed in on a thick spiral, and I'm going to put this down because I'm going to put the suction cup so it doesn't move around. Everything's all snug in there, so I'm going to start to do our little spirals here. And woo! Here they come! Yeah! Look at them! This is a very exciting thing to do. Let's just get a whole bunch of them though, so that we can make a big stir fry or we can make a big soup. You know, whatever we do with these noodles, they're going to be not only delicious, but they're going to be lower in starch and refined carbohydrates, of course, than their alternative. See that beautiful flavored noodles? The next step is that we're going to saute them. Add some salt and pepper, and that's basically it. I'm going to turn the pan on now to a medium high. It's going to take just a minute to heat up, and it's going to be really hot. The pan's nice and hot, so I'm going to drizzle some. I've got avocado oil in here, and I just like to use it because it can go to a really high heat, and it's very neutral flavored. Just wouldn't go for anything like coconut or any type of extra flavor. These neutral flavors, getting that warmed up, and once it's nice and warm, the next step is just slap it on. Okay, hot, ready to go, let's roll. You can hear it sizzle. That's how I know it's going to get some good color. I'm just going to do a little bit of salt. Probably going to grab about half a teaspoon, and then some pepper, about a quarter of a teaspoon. Just start off with that because you can always add it at the end when you're done. And I'm just going to let them cook up a little bit. And then you can be fancy and do a little toss if you want to. But I'm going to get some tongs and just let everything reduce and get really tight. Alright, we're getting a little dry here, so instead of adding more oil, I'm just going to add some water so that it can kind of steam the rest of the celery root here so it gets nice and tender. And as the water evaporates, then you have more surface area to get a nice sear on some of the noodles. So we're going to let this go and we still have our timer on for 5 minutes. Okay, in 5 minutes. So after about 5 minutes, we have the celery root noodles here, and they are tender, and they're perfect to use right now as a pasta replacement. So if you want to mix it with marinara or pesto sauce, this is a great time to take it out. It's also a good place if you want to use it as a substitute for noodles. So if you're doing like a noodle soup, these are nice and tender, ready to roll. But today, we're going to make them like stir-fry noodles. So I'm going to cook them for an additional 5 minutes so they get even more browned and delicious. The longer they sit in here, the more they're going to brown and caramelize and delicious.
Alright, we've learned not to be too stingy with the oil here. Don't be stingy.
Alright, they cooked down a lot, and now they have this beautiful deep amber color, and you can smell kind of like having roasted potatoes, but you know that it's a little bit more nutritious for you. I'm gonna cut the heat off, do a couple little stirs. I got some bowls over here, like ramen bowls. I thought that would be perfect to serve it in. So I'm gonna take them out first and just get this guy. Oh no, don't show that. Before you ever give anything to anybody, make sure you taste it first. God. It doesn't need anything else. It's so good. Totally try this recipe at home. Totally try this recipe at home. It's so awesome to be able to have a bowl full of noodles and it's celery. Thanks for coming to another episode of What's in the Box. Have a good rest of your day. Tasting of these noodles, I wanted to let you know that they taste like lo mein noodles, except they're celery roots. So that's the taste I get. If you want, you could put other stir-fry vegetables in there too, like carrots, and you could put the baby corns and water chestnuts and all that stuff because it really goes with that flavor profile. So yeah, delicious. All right, yeah, that's way easier. I mean, I'm not doing it hard enough.
You're not pushing. You got to push here.